So we go after the banks.
Absolutely. We must, well, the Federal Reserve, I think, not so much the banks. They are certainly a target, no doubt about it, and a very visible one.
I mean the mega banking structure. Sure, I don't mean your Mayberry Bank. You should support that, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. But the Federal Reserve, I think most people are unaware of how insidious the Federal Reserve is, how it was founded, what it does, and how it manipulates world governments. It manipulates, if you will, the growth of products and services in other nations. It must be exposed and dethroned.
We're going to come back, take 3 quick calls in the last segment with Reverend Manning. Isaac, Tracy, and Mark, stand by. We're going right to you after this break in the final segment with our guest. Then a big news blitz coming up at the bottom of the hour. Stay with us. Let's move quickly to the calls. Final segment with Reverend Manning. Let's talk to Isaac in Colorado. Isaac, you're on the air. Welcome.
Gentlemen, I wanted to get Reverend Manning's take on the Romans chapter 13 thing with the whole FEMA clergy response team thing they're trying to push on all these
Reverend, I'm sure
churches.
You're aware that covertly, we got the documents 4 years ago, Butch Paul got them, but 2 years after they admitted, they've secretly hired tens of thousands of preachers to covertly teach Romans 13, give up your guns, go to the FEMA camp. We have preachers on TV admitting this. I mean, is that your question in total, Isaac?
Yeah, pretty much how he would respond to something like that.
Well, first of all, I was not one of them. But secondly, any preacher who is paid to promote a particular gospel is no longer a preacher. He's no longer a servant of the Lord. But understanding the government going after asking preachers to do that and them acquiescing to it, yes, I'm sure they've done it. I don't think they've been very effective, though. I think that what has happened over the last few years, more people have applied for and gotten actual permits to purchase guns, and America is armed to the teeth right now. That was a failed policy, if you ask me.
America instinctively knew day one that Obama was pure evil.
Excuse me?
America instinctively knew, the part of America that has a soul, instinctively knew that Obama was pure evil day one.
Exactly. They did. I mean, they within their Noah, which I say spiritually, the soul, they sensed that something was wrong, that they knew that this man was not right, and began to defend themselves and protect their homes and to protect this nation as well.
Yeah, the New World Order is in trouble, but it's still moving forward, and the battle is joined. The final big battle's unfolding right now here in the United States. The rest of the world...
I would think that the New World Order recognizes that they've got a bit of a problem. Somewhere or another, something happened. Copenhagen has caused me to think that they've got a bit of a problem, but they're in no way anywhere near defeated. I can tell you that now, and anyone who thinks that they are...
Yes. We've had some victories. We've wounded the dragon, but... We've shown he's not invincible, but he's certainly not that hurt. Appreciate the call, Isaac. Tracy in New Mexico, you're on the air.
Hey, Alex, doctor, nice to get on. Alex, you said it perfectly, that the American people, the ones that at least have souls and know right from wrong, knew from the very beginning that this guy was the worst sort of bad news that we could possibly have thrust on us. And now we find ourselves, I think the last thing you said, it may be slowed down, but it's still moving forward. I hate that saying. But so at this point, do we continue to do everything that we've already done? We know it's not going to work. Or do we organize something that is a little bit out of the box that at least has more of a chance of working? Because... Well,
I mean, let me be clear. It is working. They're failing on every front. The problem is they've got the power, and so they just keep going. But more and more of the punches they throw are failing, and the answer is sunlight. The answer is an awakening, going to every hill and mountain, every valley, and letting the people know that the enemy had net the gates, it's in the gates, and this is real, and the Republican Tea Party-oid takeover isn't going to save us. But again, it's a manifestation. Just like the Brown being elected in Massachusetts isn't a total victory, but it's a message. Just like the purchasing of guns is a message. I don't know. I feel in my gut we're really having victories. Reverend Manning?
I'm convinced we're having civic victories. And not only that, I'm convinced that we're winning battles, and I'm convinced that we're going to ultimately win the war. I'm confident of that. I will give my word to anyone who thinks it's worth anything. We will win this war. And to put it philosophically, I mean, I could go over the strategies that you outline so well every day, Alex, but let me just put it in the context of what you said about 20 minutes ago. You said that lies have to be applied every day. They have to get up every day and find new strategies or the strength to apply a lie, while the truth is constant. And that's the thing that's on our side. That is the paradigm of the battles that we're fighting, is a lie, and a massive one against a truth that is universal, that doesn't just stop here in America. It doesn't stop with man and woman only. It is a universal truth, and that's what they're fighting against, and that's why we're going to win, ultimately, this war.
We're out of time for calls. I'll continue with your calls coming up after I cover some more news. But I do appreciate your spirit. I can feel your courage. My discernment tells me, that we need to protect you, Pastor Manning, and that you understand that you have to step up with the courage of what you're doing. And we will be praying for you, my friend, and I appreciate you coming on with us. ATLAH.org is the website. God bless you.
God bless you, and I will rest in that, Alex. Thank you so very much for those very kind words. Thank you.
We'll talk off air soon. I'll call you in the next few days. Thank you, Pastor. We'll be back with a big news blitz of information. These are the times that try men's souls. Make no mistake, we're living in history right now.